Today, I would like to share with you all about the ABC See, Hear, Do, Learn to Read program. This is the Level 1 program for ages 2 through 5, and I want to share with you today about all of the components of this program, a little bit of a flip through of different components, and then at the end, I'll be sharing my thoughts about what we've thought about this program after trying it for a few weeks already. Hi everyone, welcome to our homeschool table. My name is Jerilyn. I am a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, ages 11, 4, and 2. And this is our 7th year homeschooling. And I just like to share here all about our homeschool experience, curriculum, resources, and everything else. So I hope that you'll click that subscribe button and stick around. So several weeks ago now, a friend of mine had emailed me about this program, asking if I could take a look at it and just giving my opinion about what I thought about the program. So after watching the video that Rainbow Resource put out with the author, Stephanie Hull of this company, I went ahead and reached out to Stephanie at ABC See, Hear, Do to see if they might be willing to send me this curriculum in exchange for my review here on my channel. She very quickly responded asking which level I would like to use, and I asked to use the Level 1 program because I knew that my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old were still learning the letters and sounds. So that is what I have to share with you today. So thank you so much to Stephanie from ABC See, Hear, Do for sending me this curriculum, and I'm already really excited about it, and I have more to share about my thoughts about this program at the end of this video. So make sure you stick around until the very end. Now, a little bit of information about the program. There are 7 levels. So the first 2 levels are teaching the uppercase letters and then the lowercase letters. Then once you get into level 3, you start practicing other skills like beginning blends, final blends, sight words, and then of course other things as you get along in the reading process. So this particular level, level 1, is geared, like I said, for ages 2 through 5. And if you go on their website and order the bundle, because you can get a curriculum level bundle for each of the levels from their website or from Rainbow Resource Center website as well. If you go to the ABC See, Hear, Do website, the current price for the Level 1 program is $70.99, and that is on sale from the regular price of $78.93. So it is very affordable, and so I'm just going to jump right in and share with you about the different components. So let's go ahead and first talk about the Learn to Read book. So this is the Learn to Read book. Then we also have the reader. So this is a reader that your child would be able to read after going through the program. And they are very colorful readers with the words down at the bottom. And after going through this level, your child would theoretically be able to read this book. There are also flashcards. This is the card set that has the letters and the animal that goes with that letter. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute and how this program works. And then we have here the uppercase CVC words. And then we have a couple of other great resources. We have a coloring book, a writing practice, so handwriting practice. And then this is a complete gem. This is a curriculum and activity guide for this level. And what I really like here is that it says 20-minute lesson plans, and they really are. So, along with these resources here in physical form, there are also some resources that you can get on the ABC See, Hear, Do website. And there is a drop-down menu at the top of their website where you can click on resources, and it gives you all sorts of different things. There are freebies, there are printables, there are music links that go along with each of the letters. So there are a couple songs for each letter of the alphabet. there are just so many different things that you can go on there and find. So I'm going to just share with you some of the things that we've been doing and kind of how the program works. So let's go ahead and open up this book. This is the Learn to Read book, and it goes in order at the beginning. It tells you a little bit about how to use the book. And one of the things that I really liked that they pointed out in here was that young children may not be blending sounds yet. And I used to be a kindergarten teacher, and there are definitely skills in reading that sometimes just take a little bit longer for some kids than others. Just like some kids learn to crawl and walk at an earlier age than others, the same thing goes for blending sounds. So I really like that they point that out right at the beginning, that if your child is not able to blend sounds from the beginning, especially just learning their letter sounds, it's really okay. They will get there, and just keep practicing the sounds and the motions, and you will be doing great. So here are the first two sounds. So it tells you at the very bottom of the page what the motion is going to be, because just like the name implies, you are learning the alphabet and the names of the letters based on seeing the letter, hearing the sound, and then doing the action. So the action for C is curl your hands like claws and scratch. K, k, k. And then throw your hands in the air like you're scared. Ah. And I actually do a lower pitch ah sound instead of a higher pitch like you're actually scared, because I want it to sound a little bit more like you would actually read the sound. You might hear other examples from other people that have a higher pitched A sound. So then you go on to the next two letters, T and M, and there are different actions for that. And then after those first four lessons, you are ready to come to a page like this where they can say the sounds and sound out a word. Now, like I said earlier, some kids aren't going to be ready to blend these sounds yet, but you can still go through and just say the sounds that those letters make. In this particular level, all of the letters are going to be capitals, and then in level 2, you are going to be practicing lowercase. So this just keeps on going. We have a few more letters, and then after a few more letters, you have another page where they can read the sounds, and then a few more letters, and they can read even more words. So it just keeps going like that until you get through all of the letters. And I really like that this isn't in alphabetical order, because as you go, you can start sounding out words instead of having to wait until you're like halfway through the alphabet to be able to read anything. So I really like that. The next booklet that we have is the writing practice booklet. And you can get all of these components separately, and you can even buy them on Amazon if you just want one item or something like that. But this is a really great book. This is all in color, and this is in alphabetical order. So you would just turn to the page that you're on. And this is just really nice letter practice. The letters have arrows and tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, all the different steps of making that letter. Then on the next one, they would just follow what they learned there. And then on the last one, they would write it on their own. Now, the only thing that I have a tiny problem with about the writing practice book is that the letters don't start at the very top of the line. And in the regular style of handwriting that I prefer, which is Danielian, you always start at the very top. And I feel like in most writing programs you do. So I'm not really sure why they chose to do that. And some of the letters actually do start at the very top. So I'm not sure. Like R here, R is at the very top, but then it doesn't actually touch the bottom line. So it's just, I don't know, a little technical difficulty that I have, but maybe that won't be a big deal for you. So that is the writing practice booklet. Then we have a coloring book. Now my little daughter, who's 2, she really likes these pages, and so does my 4-year-old son. But these are in alphabetical order. And this is basically just the exact same picture from this book, only it's in black and white so they can color it, but it still has the action and what to do at the bottom and shows the animal. These are all animals. And so I don't know, I just think it's a really fun program for little kids. Here at the back, we have some puppets. So it says, make your own puppets, color the animals, cut them out, laminate, and put on a popsicle stick. So those are really fun. And there's a little puppet for each of the animals. Now, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you inside of the curriculum and activity guide because it has very detailed instructions on how to flow through a lesson. And then also gives you lots of crafts, activities, games, even snack ideas that you can do for each of the letters. Let's go ahead and open up the curriculum and activity guide. And right here at the very beginning, it talks about how to use this guide. So I would definitely recommend reading through this. It does give you some ideas here on how you could structure lessons. So if you wanted to do a lesson in one day or just one letter per week or 2 letters per week, something like that, it gives you some ideas of things to think about. Then there is a full supply list here for all of the activities that you might want to do. Then we get right into the first letter. So each of the letters, I'm just going to show you really quick before we come back to this page, that each letter has 2 pages and then an enrichment idea page. Then 2 more pages for the next letter and an enrichment idea page. And it just keeps going on like that. So every 3 pages is a new letter. So if we start right here at the beginning with letter C, it would give you some ideas. Now you could just kind of flop around on this page if you wanted. I prefer to just go in order. Now you're going to see some songs on here, and many of these songs are on the website as curriculum song resources in that resources section that I was talking about earlier. So you will find a link to the video where it shows you how to sing the welcome song. And then after this, you wouldn't necessarily need to listen to that video because it doesn't put your own child's name in there, of course. There's already a name in that video, but you would just know how to sing this song already. Then we have the alphabet song, letter of the day. So these are some activities that you can do with the letter of the day. So here would be letter C. Then there's a coloring page. So you could go to the coloring page book and you could have your child color the letter C page. And then story time. And there are lots of book recommendations. I will show you where those are in just a second on the next page, but this is where you would read one of those books. Then there's a wiggle break and a little song idea to go along with that. A game, Guess the Animal, which we really had fun with. My son really enjoyed playing that game, giving him a clue and then asking, what am I? Then there's another song, Alice the Camel. This is in the music playlist. And then review the flashcards, another song, a flashcard game, and then writing practice. So you could get the writing practice booklet and open to the letter C. So I really like how it has the model of how to do the letter and then another guided practice and then once where they can do it themselves. Another option that you can use here if you still want your child to trace something is that you could use a highlighter and then they can trace over the highlighter. I like to do that sometimes. So that is almost the end. The last thing is just a goodbye song. So that would be what you can do. You can do this a couple each day and do it, a couple days a week, or you could do half of this one day and half of this the next, or you could do everything in one day. Since we have already done a little bit of letter practice, we do like 1 or 2 days. It kind of depends on the attention span on the first day. Then here are the enrichment ideas, and you can actually find, they have a web or a YouTube channel where you can look up how to do these crafts. So that's kind of cool. There are game and activity ideas here, a snack idea, which is cute. And then they have lots of picture book suggestions. And you know me, I really like picture books around here. So we have had fun reading some of these books. We have read The Very Hungry Caterpillar and If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and it's just been really fun. I do want to explore a little bit more into the nonfiction section. So that will definitely be something I am thinking about for the next coming weeks. But then we go right on into the next lesson. So very similar: welcome song, alphabet song, reviewing previously learned letters, then the new letter of the day, coloring, story time, wiggle break, and then an activity, a finger play, review again, some songs, a flashcard game. And these are the flashcards, the regular uppercase letter flashcards. There is one for the letter and one for the animal for each of them. And in here, as you go, there are different suggestions on games that you can play. They're not the same every day, which my son really likes. And so we just do different games that they suggest. So that is basically how the rest of this book goes. There are enrichment ideas and plans for every single letter in the order that you do them. So I just like to keep a little tab here. We finished letter T today, and now we're going to be starting letter M. So that is the curriculum and activity guide. Well, I hope that it was helpful for you to see a little bit inside of the curriculum and activity guide and just how you would incorporate the writing practice and coloring pages and flashcards within your lessons. I have not used the reader at all yet, so I don't really have much to say about this yet, but I know that by just from looking at it, it looks very engaging, and I really like also that it has sentences where there are periods. That's really cool. So I think that this looks like a cute little book. But I would say, as far as how we are liking it in our homeschool, my kids have remembered the sounds very quickly, which I think is amazing because even my 2.5-year-old is remembering the sounds of the letters that we've learned so far. And all I have to do is hold the letter up by itself with the flashcard, and she can tell me what the sound is. And she's 2.5. So that is so cool. And my son is doing equally as well. And he can remember, which sound and picture go together. And we like to play these flashcard games. I would say that the two parts that he likes the most are the flashcard games. Actually, three things: flashcard games, the coloring book pages, and listening to the songs. So as I showed in the curriculum and activity guide, there are songs, and it kind of tells you when to use them. And so I just hop on my phone when it gets to a song, and I play it from my phone, and we just watch it here at the table and sing along to it. So it's been really fun. We've done songs like The Ants Go Marching, Alice the Camel. We've done, what else? Oh, there's a song about a little red car, and then it changes the colors, and that's been really fun. That's the one my son asks for every day, so I really like that one. That one's pretty cute. If you have any further questions, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments, and I'm happy to answer as many as I can. But also don't forget to check out the ABC See Here Do website. I will make sure that it's linked down below for you in the description box, so that you can just see all of the different things they have. In the resources section, they do have an assessment where you can assess your child on which letters and sounds they know at the beginning, and then you can go back and do it again when you're finished with the program and see how they do then, and you'll see, I'm sure, a huge amount of growth. I'm already seeing that, and we've done 3 letters. So if you can't tell, I really like the program. I do plan to continue using this program, and then whenever we finish that, we will probably just move right into level 2. So I am very thankful to Stephanie Hull from this company for sending this to me, and so thank you, thank you, thank you. and I hope that you might be encouraged to try this program for your child. As usual, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you guys are all having a really great day, and we'll see you next time.